All right, I'm live. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm live. Tell him to go ahead and unless he's still. All right, folks, welcome back. We are live for day 2 of the second tournament for 3N. 3N matches up today with the Indiana Game Rise. Okay. 3N comes into the match winning their first 3 games, all played yesterday. The opponent comes into today's game with a 1-2 record. They played 2 games yesterday, going 1-1. They opened up with a loss against Five Star. That was a team we played second yesterday. They lost to Five Star 51-35, but finished the day with a win over the Naturals, 56-26. The Naturals finished dead last in the pool for this weekend. Today, Indiana Game Rise played at 1:30, and they lost the Lady Team 48-25. So they come in here with a 1-2 record to play us. And for those of you who missed yesterday's games, 3N came out swinging, opening up with a 62-31 win over Royalty League, and then a 47-38. That was the closest game. That was the five-star game, and then finishing last night over Bay's Crossover 56-28. So this will be the final game for both teams for the weekend. Eric's going to do the stats component. So it works out.
Right?
3N will be in their white tops, black bottoms, numbers, black trim. Indiana Game will be wearing black tops, black bottoms, gold and white trim with aqua shoes. Taking the tip for 3N will be Zoe. Joining Zoe will be Charlie, Shelby, Audrey, and Dylan. Ready to come in as always is Kate. She is joined over there by Coach Nat, Coach Delaney, and Coach Matt. We're about ready to go. Sit back and enjoy it. Here's the tip. Zoe wins it, gets it up to Shelby, who gets it over to Audrey. She misses the layup. Rebound. Indiana Game. Indiana Game gets it over, but it throws it out of bounds. Defended there by Zoe. It's going to be a turnover for the ladies in black. which usually is 3N. But now Zoe gets a Hail Mary pass from Audrey to get the first bucket of the game. Scored by number 9, Zoe. Assist, Audrey. Now Shelby defends on the outside. They get it across midcourt. Just underway here. Game 4. Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's defended there by Dylan. Nicely done. Dylan grabs the rebound, but it squirts out into the hands of Charlie. She breaks up the court. Gets it to Shelby now. Shelby on the outside. Back to Charlie at the top. Charlie dribbles in, kicks it out to Audrey. She steps into a 3. That's off. Rebound. Indiana game. Indiana game races up the court. Defended at Shelby and Charlie. Shelby picks up the loose ball. She gets grabbed. I'm going to say jump ball, so it'll be staying with the opponent here. We're just a minute 7 in here. 16-minute halves. 2-0 3N. Now the Trap is right back at it. Trying to move it around here. Indiana game. That's a 3-point attempt. That's off. Rebound, Indiana game. She throws it up and misses. Rebound, Zoe. Zoe grabs it but gets fouled. So we'll stay with 3N. We gave that one to number 32 who grabbed Zoe. So looks like Indiana game will be pressing here. And another outlet pass, but this time they foul Zoe. Apologize for the horrible camera work. We tighten up the screws here. So Zoe go to the line to shoot 2. Quick sub for the opponent. All dribbled around the rim, but didn't fall in. So it gets 1-2. 3-0 to score. 14:30 on the clock. It's a blocking foul there by Dylan. Really sucks. Tipped by Zoe into the hands of Dylan, and then Dylan gets fouled. Yeah, I apologize for the technical difficulties. I'm having trouble with the camera today. I'm going to have to get that fixed on the halftime or even before that if there's a quick timeout. So I apologize. What you've missed is you've watched. I think Dylan just made the last layup to get the 5-0 with under 13 minutes. There's a turnover. Indiana game now. Defender there by Dylan and caused her to travel, so it's a turnover. 3N will possess the ball. Try to get this camera stand. It just moves on its own. Very frustrating, but we'll try to get a fix for you. Now, Charlie has it over to Zoe. Unguarded, and Zoe finishes. Nice look by Charlie Knowles. 7-0, 3-1. Indiana game now has possession. I'll do better, I promise. Here we go. That's a 3 from the corner. That's up and off. Rebound, Zoe. Zoe pulls it down, gives it to Audrey. Audrey quickly now to a sprinting Charlie. Charlie goes up with the layup. Easy bucket, 9-0, 3-in, and that's a timeout. Let me try to fix this camera stand.
Yeah, they can hear now.
Hold it.
Yep.
Because I got to fix this camera stand. Let's try that. All right, let's see if this works better. That was so frustrating. I think I got it. I hope I got it. Oh, you got that? So, where's it go here? That's hilarious. All right. I'm gonna talk. It should be connected here. All right, we'll give it a shot. We're trying a microphone out to see if the audio improves based on your guys' feedback. And I take everyone's feedback except Eric Bennett. So if you have something to share to make this even a better audio-visual presentation, please let me know. And we got a microphone working, and we don't know if it's working or not, but trying to compete with all the noise in this arena. And we should find out. 12-minute mark. They just missed the shot, so now Audrey brings it across. Here we go. 3 in. Outside to Zoe. Back to the top, Audrey. Now Charlie inside to Zoe. Zoe all the way across to Kate, who's now in the game. Kate gives it to Shelby. Shelby outside to Audrey. Audrey steps into a 3. That's up and off. Rebound. Indiana game. Stolen by Audrey. Outlet pass. Charlie. Layup. 11-0. Seen that a couple times already in the first 4 minutes of the game. Foul on Shelby. I think that's her first. They're going to say she was shooting. They have not looking to notch their first point. Dylan checks back in the game for Zoe. And they're on the board. Quickly. Kate inside to Dylan. Dylan runs forward, scores. Nice transition. He might have even got hit on the arm, but they didn't call it. So Dylan gets on the board. Well, actually, I think that's the second bucket for Dylan. When I was having technical problems, Dylan got up for first basket. So stolen, another steal by Audrey. Audrey now. That's a 3 that's off, but Dylan tracks it down. Throws it between her legs. Nice save, Dylan, but it goes to the opponent. And they race up the court. Indiana game down 13-1, 10:30 on the clock. Charlie guards out front. That's off. Rebound. Audrey. Audrey has it. Audrey gets it over to Charlie. Throws it in with the left. Miss. Rebound. Indiana game. Charlie peels herself off the floor. Looking for a foul. No foul called. That's a 3. Well, actually, it's a 2. Short. Air ball goes into the hands of Dylan. Dylan gets it to Audrey. Audrey running point, looking up to get rid of it. She holds it this time. 10 on the clock. Kate throws it up in and out. Tipped by Dylan, but it goes. And Dylan argued it perfectly. She said it went off of number 32, and they were right. So Shelby will inbound underneath the basket. Gets it to Audrey. Audrey shoots up a three. That's off. Rebound, Dillon. Dillon has it. And they're going to say Dillon reached over her. So that's either Dillon's first or second. I probably think it's her first. Make it a bit clearer. Okay, well, I got in pain for Wi-Fi. So defended there well by Shelby. They're going to say Shelby blocked it, and she blocked it off. Blocked Shelby and then off the opponent. So here comes Brienne now, right up the court. Paying for Wi-Fi, so if it's not clear, I don't know what more I can do. The free Wi-Fi was horrible yesterday. We took it off of Wi-Fi. We used hotspots, and now we are paying for this, and hopefully it'll improve. Press is on. We get it across. We almost lost it. Oh. Trying to break the defense. Looks like we have 10 girls running around out there. Kate picks up that foul. Jumped on the ball. That was Audrey. And the jump ball possession goes to 3N. Inside to Zoe. She throws up and in. So Zoe just checked into the game for Audrey. Stolen. Dylan Walker comes up. Goes inside. Kicks it out to the free throw line. Now outside three for Kate. That's in. Kick by Kate. Kate might lead the kick total of this weekend, so we need to tell Audrey she needs to get her kick game up. They're under 8. Brienne defending well. 18-1 to score. And stolen by Kate. Kate races up with the girl on her back. And she gets fouled, so Kate will shoot 2. Indiana Games brings 3 girls in and 3 girls down for the subs. One of 2 for Weatherax. 7.5 on the clock. $19-1 to score. Indiana Game looking to get their first bucket of the game. Almost stolen by Dillon. Dillon just had a steal. Possession before. That one is stolen by Charlie Knowles. Picks it up, hands it off to Shelby. Shelby brings it up the court. Shelby to the corner, Dillon. Inside to Zoe. Zoe gets bumped, no foul. Shoved her in the back, no call. Three points, no good. Rebound, Shelby. Shelby gets it to Charlie. Charlie has it, gets it tipped right into the hands of Dillon. Dillon goes with her left hand and finishes. Johnny on the spot. Dillon Walker, number 12, gets her third bucket. of the first half. Good start. 6.5 on the clock. 21-1 is the score. This will be another running clock situation. Throws it up. I don't know what that was. Dillon picks up the loose ball, hands it off to Charlie. Up to Kate, who finishes. Timeout. Indiana game. From the timeout, 6:15 on the clock. 23-1 is the score. Defended there by Audrey. Rebound, Dillon, and she gets some. Fourth team foul. Both teams have 4 team fouls. 3-pointer from the corner. Charlie Knowles misses. Rebound, Indiana game. They're going to have... Refs had to say some things over to the scorer's table. I'm not really sure what that was. Brienne with possession. Kate gets it to the corner. Charlie. 3-pointer is up and off. Rebound. Dillon kicks it out to Audrey. Back to Kate. That's another 3-point attempt for Kate. That one's in. Smooth jazz. Weather X. That should be 26 now. But that's all right. They just made it. They just changed it. Yep. Tipped out of bounds by Zoe. It's going to stay with Indiana game. Down 25 points. The clock continues to run. We're just a tick above 5 minutes left in the first half. After this, we will head home to talk about many things Florida related. Because these girls concocted some plan. Nice steal. Kate just jumped out of her shoelaces to snag that one, and here they go, back to Kate. Kate steps all the way over. She's going to give it to Dillon. Dillon's going to penetrate, go right through 2 people, and finished. Dillon's having a first half here. Just parted the Red Sea in that penetrating drive by Dillon Walker. Now on defense, Zoe guards on the outside. Zoe's going to let her go inside and then stop the tracks. She doesn't know what to do with the ball. Instead, she gives it to the girl in the corner. You don't want to go there. And Charlie is guarding her on the outside right in front of Coach Pat. Now Audrey guards on the outside. Penetrating drive. She's going to go throw it up. Off. Rebound Zoe. Zoe has it. Hands it off to Audrey. Audrey gets it all the way over to Charlie in front of the camera. Here comes Charlie. She gets it all the way to the corner for Kate. Kate penetrates. Throws it. Tips into the hands of Indiana game. Indiana game now. Trying to get their first bucket of the game. They hit a free throw to get their only point so far. Now she runs into the corner. Grabbed there by Audrey, causing the jump ball. And it's going to stay with Indiana game. Shelby Dameron checks back into the game now for Charlie. 32 for the opponent comes back in the game. And they go to the corner. Do it off of Shelby's toe. It's going to stay with Indiana game. 3:19 on the clock. That's a three from the corner off. Rebound Shelby. Shelby has it. Gets it to Audrey. Audrey runs. Audrey quickly to Zoe down the middle. Zoe throws it up and out. Just rimmed in and rimmed out. So they race back on defense, try to get the ball right back, and they do because it overthrows 32 into the other court. It goes essentially court 3 that the ref just ran down to. We're on court 2 here. This is where we played last night's third game. So we're right back here the next day. Finish this out here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. 2.5 on the clock. 28-1. Quickly, Dillon inside, gets fouled and hits the ground hard. She looks like she's in some discomfort, but she's gonna. It looks like her hand. Looks like she's gonna shake it off. Tough cookie right there. So she'll get the shoot too. The ref wants to make sure she's got enough time as she needs here. But I heard the thud from here. And you at home might have heard it as well. So let's see how she shoots it. We'll have to keep an eye on that. 1:58 on the clock until halftime. Indiana game trying to get in the game with a bucket, and they still have not made a field goal. Now Audrey quickly up to Kate. Kate back to Shelby. Shelby steps back to Audrey. Inside to Dillon. Oh, they just they hit heads, and that girl, Indiana game is really took a hard one right off of Dillon. They hit heads, but I think she got the worst of it, and she is struggling. She's going to have to come out to get her bearing. She really took a... Dillon looks fine. Her hand still might be hurt more than her head, but for 23 for Indiana game really took a hard one. I hope she's okay. Back at it, Shelby to inbound and gets it quickly to Audrey for a 3-point. They said it's a 1-and-1, so they got to fix. That was the 17th foul, so Dillon's going to go right back to the line. It's a 1-and-1 bonus. Misses the first, so it's rebound Indiana game. For Indiana game, looks like she's gonna be okay. She's wiping some tears, but it was quite some contact here. Audrey tipped that out. That's why they reset here. 1:15 on the clock. It's running clock. Indiana game is trying to get their first bucket, and it's stolen. Nope, almost stolen. They got it right back. In the corner, throws it off of Shelby's toes, so it rolls right back to court 3, and they're going to have to track that ball down. 58.5 on the clock. Going into the corner is just not what the doctor ordered, but they keep finding it. They get it in. Straight up Dillon, nice defense, and they couldn't do anything with it. Threw it out of bounds. Great defense. 53 on the clock. Here comes Audrey. Seeing about another bucket before half. Audrey gets it over to Shelby. Shelby looks to get inside, but goes back to the top. Now Audrey gets it over to Kate. Kate looking to get it inside, and she does. Dillon at the elbow gets tied up. She gets another jump ball. Stay with White. 36 seconds on the clock. (28-1), looking to get to 30 here. Zoe throws it up and misses. He's going to want that one back. That's a travel. So Brian will get another crack at it here. 27.4 on the clock. Kate to Audrey. Audrey at the top. Over to Shelby. Shelby to Kate. Kate back to Audrey. Audrey penetrates. Audrey goes up, throws it, hits the side of the backboard. Dylan tracks down the rebound. Audrey has it at the top, all the way to Shelby with 8 seconds on the clock. Shelby throws it up and in. She might have took an extra step, but they let her have it. And it worked because Shelby's layup with a double Euro step gets us the 30 at halftime. 30-1 is the score. Coach Pat taking a close look at Dylan, who hit the ground hard, looking at her hand, and cracked her forehead on the other girl's forehead. But I think Dylan's forehead hit the girls right on the mouth and nose. So tough go there for the first half. So if I get some stats from Big E back home in Columbus, who had to take James back for his lacrosse game, I hope he did well. I'm sure James got a hat trick, something like that. If James played lacrosse as good as those Leo's Donuts looked this morning, then James had a game. Leo's Donuts must be the sponsor. They were delicious. Here we go with the stats coming in. Hot off the press. Leading the way for 3-0 with 9 points is Kate Everett. Followed by Dylan's 8 points. Zoe has 7. Charlie has 4. And Audrey has a bucket. Kate is 2 for 2 from the 3-point range. And those are our 2 3-pointers. Leading the way with 8 rebounds in the first half, Dylan Walker. Wow. Followed by Zoe's 3. Shelby also has 3. And Audrey has a couple of boards. Foul trouble, not much. There's a total of 4 fouls. 2 of those are Dylan. Kate also has 1, and so does Shelby. So there's not much to worry about in that front. Leading the way with 3 steals is Audrey, but followed up with 2 steals in a row is Kate. And just 1 block shot so far, and that's Shelby. Assists, Kate leads, Audrey leads the way with 5 assists, followed by Kate's 3 assists. So great first half. Can't really do much better than that. 30-1 is the score. Thanks, Big Eric, for staying on top of those stats. Take a look at the second half now, about ready to get underway. 16 minutes on the clock will probably come off pretty quickly. Kind of the mercy rule. Now, guarding on the outside is Jill. Okay, inside, they go inside. Dylan guard defends that well. No bucket, and Zoe has the board. Shelby now, quickly up to Charlie. Charlie gets it over to Dylan. Dylan puts it out to Audrey. Audrey penetrates, pops, stops, and shoots, and it just rolls off. So the girl who has the ball right now was the one that came out and got injured. So she is back in. That's a good sign. Defended there by Zoe, and the rebound back to Dylan. Another board now. Charlie quickly up court. Charlie gets it to Zoe. Zoe throws it up and in. Good to see 23 right there. Just rub some dirt on it. That's a 3. That's off. Rebound Audrey. Quickly now. She throws it up to Charlie. Chased down by the defender. Number 34. Indiana game. Now Charlie gets back on defense. Almost stolen by Audrey. That's a 3 by number 23. And there's the first bucket of the game. Good sign there now. Dylan catches the defense off sleep. And Audrey just keeps throwing Hail Marys. And other than the one before that, they're all landing. Blocked by Shelby. 14:25 on the clock. 34-4 is the score. Just 30 seconds ago, the Indiana game got their first bucket of the game, and it was a three. That one doesn't have a chance, and so Dillon gets another board. And a collision at the end. It's going to be a foul on Charlie Knowles. Audrey has thrown a couple of laser passes that I think number 34 from the Indiana game has figured out. She'll just run back and steal them, and she did that twice now, back to back. There's a three-point attempt that's up and good. So, Indiana game coming to life here in the second. There's Zoe inside quickly. Outside now to Charlie. That's a three. That's up and off. Rebound. Indiana game. He now has 7 points. 34-7 is the score. 13.5 on the clock. Shelby guards out front. Inside now. Defended by Zoe. A spin. That's a travel. You got to bounce it first. So tried the Zoe spin and it didn't work. Speaking of Zoe, she takes a seat for Kate Weatherax, who comes into the game now. 13:08 on the clock. Audrey has it out to Charlie. Charlie goes right and gets it over to Kate, who just checked into the game now. Audrey thought about a three, instead gets it all the way back to Charlie. Charlie's going to shoot it though. Charlie shoots a three, gets fouled. No foul, even though she knocked her over. Here comes Audrey on defense, and Audrey says, I'm going to earn that foul. And she does. That's a good foul right there. That might be her first foul, I think. Let me check. So if I look at the stats, yeah, that would be Audrey's first foul. And that's how you earn your foul. No easy layups, and then you see she just got 1 or 2. So instead of getting a 2-point bucket, she just gets 1 point free throw. Now inbounds for Dillon. She gets tied up. They're going to say it's a foul on the floor. Line number 30 of Indiana game. Check that, number 3. Shelby to inbound, quickly now to Audrey from 3. She throws it up and on a rebound. Charlie chases it down. Charlie gets it to the top to Shelby. Shelby inside now to Kate. Kate kicks it back out to Charlie. Charlie goes right, goes all the way across to Audrey. Audrey back to the top to Shelby. Back to Charlie. She's going to shoot that. That's a 3. That's off. Rebound. That's going to stay with 3M. Right off the hands of number 3. We travel on the last possession. Here it goes. Now, inside. Dillon goes up. No foul called. So then this is tied up to Dillon below where she was carrying the ball. So 11:15 on the clock. Indiana game down by 26. So get your swimsuits ready, folks, for the proposed vacation. The proposal was delivered to some of the parents here this morning, right before this game. Quite a presentation, I have to add. If you haven't checked out the video, check it out. It's been posted. We might even post it to YouTube if you're not on the group text thread. In all seriousness, the girls did a fantastic job putting that proposal together for a week down in Sarasota, Florida, or Venice, Florida. Venice Beach, I guess. And there's a block by Zoe, and Dillon ties up the opponent to get another jump ball possession. But it was a fantastic presentation. Not gonna lie, I get tugged on some heartstrings. And that's off. Rebound Zoe. Zoe gives to Audrey. You know what she's going to do with it. She's going to get it quickly up to Charlie. Back to Audrey at the top. Audrey wants to go inside. She does. She finds Dillon. Kicks it out to Zoe. That's a 3. Zoe's going to put it up. She missed that one. She did a couple yesterday, but she missed that one. Charlie gets the rebound. Throws it up and gets fouled instead. Number 3 is going to get that foul, and Charlie's going to shoot 2. So the girls, they definitely put some work into it. It was obvious. They had their lines down. very well scripted. And to be honest with you, I'd love to head down there too, but we'll have to see what's on the agenda for everyone to see if they can pull it off. Back at the game, 9:11 on the clock. Left in this one. Running clock, 36-8 is the score. Charlie guards on the outside. And that's a big... You're kidding me, right? Unbelievable. They said she made contact with the girl from her hip. Okay, well, that's a foul on Zoe. Rebound, Dylan. That's her 100th rebound of the game. Now, Audrey has it. Looking up court as she always does. Finds Kate on the outside. Kate holds it, gets it back to the top to Audrey. Audrey now. Back to Kate. Kate to the corner, Dylan. To the top, Audrey. All the way over to Charlie. Charlie steps into a three. That's up. That's in. Bingo, bungo. Number 11 with another tray. She's had about 30 of them this weekend. 8 minutes left in this one. Running clock. 39-8 to score. And that's tipped by Audrey. It's going to stay with Indiana game. Audrey takes a seat. Shelby comes in for her. That's a three. That's in. So they get the double digits. Now Zoe on the outside gets it inside to Dylan. Dylan back to Charlie. That's a three. And Charlie just nailed another one. Wow, she gets hot. This can be a 100-point game here. Just for Charlie. 7-11 remaining. Tip by Kate. Kate with the steal. Kate brings it up. Shelby on the outside, inside to Zoe. Zoe has one girl on her. She goes all the way out to Charlie. Thought about another three. Inside now to Kate. Goes out, throws it. No, they're going to stay clean. Here comes Indiana game on the block. Off the block. In the corner. Goes around Dylan. Throws it up, misses. Rebound Zoe. Zoe gets it to Charlie. Charlie gets it all the way up to Kate. Kate inside to Dylan. Dylan stops and throws it up. Dylan loves to slam on the brakes, and every time it works. She gets that girl off her feet and just puts in the easy layup. Well done. 6:18 on the clock. All the way across to 34, who just hit a three. Now Kate guards on the outside. It's back to the corner. Defended there by Shelby. Now Kate defends it on the outside. Now Charlie on the outside defending. Here she comes inside. She's going to go inside and kick it out. Right to Charlie with another steal. Defended there by Zoe. Quickly up to Kate. Kate scoots over to Zoe. Zoe gets it inside to Dylan. Dylan throws it up. No foul. He said it was at the lock. 5:40 on the clock. 3 back on defense. 44-11 is the score. 44. 4-4 to 1-1. That one's in and out. Rebound Zoe. Zoe gets up to Shelby. Shelby gets it across midcourt. Gets it outside out of Kate. Kate thought about a three instead. Gets it inside Zoe. Zoe gets stopped. Back to Kate. Kate goes left. Kate kicks it out to Charlie. Another three for Charlie Knowles is in and out. Rebound. Swatted by Dylan. Indiana game has possession. They look pretty defeated, to be honest with you. That's another three attempt, and it's almost if the spectators walking behind the backboard there. So Audrey comes back in for Dylan. We're under 5. Indiana game brings a 7 to their own. Now Audrey thought about a three, gets it outside. Now to Kate from the corner. Kate throws up a three. That's on. Rebound. Indiana game. Indiana game has it now. Guarded by Audrey, who just checked back in. On the free throw line, Zoe defends it. Blocked by Zoe. Zoe picks up the loose ball, quickly gets it to Audrey. Audrey says, I'll take it. Nope, I'm going to give it to Charlie, who just throws it in. Maybe number 23 took a little bit more than I thought on that collision with Billy. She decided to take it to the paint against Zoe. So hopefully she's going to be okay. That's a three that's off. Rebound. Stays with the opponent in the corner. Kate's defending that well. And nice little runner by number 23. So she is going to be fine. It's her 12th and 13th point for her team. 3.5 to go. That's a 3-point attempt for Zoe and in. And I probably missed it. I was probably moving the camera. But it went in. They're a point away from the half-century mark here with 3:18 to go, but really it's about a minute to go. They're going to call this at the 2-minute mark. That's what they do when it's a blowout. And that's another block for Zoe. Audrey picks up the ball at 3 minutes here, maybe a minute to go. Audrey pushes it out to Zoe, another three. That's in and out. Chased down by Kate. Here comes Zoe with the pop, stop, and in. Oh, she missed, but the rebound is Zoe. Kicks it up to Charlie. Charlie throws up a three and says, that's how you do it, Zoe. And Zoe says, okay. I see what you did there. You didn't have my elbow in perfectly. I'd say 37 seconds left in this one. 52 to 13. Good weekend. And 23 just did another runner. She just had a floater on the last position. And she got back-to-back runners. Good job. Here's Shelby. Shelby gets it outside to Kate. 15 seconds left in this one. Shelby from the corner three. That's up and in. Shelby just nailed her three. Like, if you can do it, so can I. This is probably going to be it. They're going to blow the whistle with the 55, and they do. 55-15 is the final. That's all she wrote. Stick around for some post-game statistics before we rev up the engines and head back home for the 2.5 hour trip for most of us. I'll be all of it. Great job, ladies. Can't be going 4-0 on the weekend. That'll probably place us. I think there's only a total of 9 teams, and I think we're going to finish second behind, you know, Sky Sports Academy, who was here this weekend. We didn't play them. They're the ones who beat us very first game of the AAU season. So, final stats for the day. Leading the way, Charlie Knows with 14. Zoe with 12. Dylan with 12. Kate with 12. Shelby with 5. And Audrey did not have a bucket in that game. Wow. But I will tell you what she did have. Audrey had 4 rebounds, 3 rebounds, and 3 steals, and 9 assists. So there you go. Charlie was 2 of 8 from 3-point. Zoe was 1 for 3 from 3-point range. Kate was 3 of 5 from 3-point range. Shelby was 1 for 2 for 3-point range. Free throws, Charlie hit both of hers. Zoe hit 1 of 2. Kate hit 1 of 2. I'm getting yelled at here. I got a couple more stats to give, guys. Rebound, leading the way. Dylan had 10 rebounds. Zoe had 9. Steals leading the way there. Audrey had 3, but so did Kate. And like I said, the assists earlier. Charlie had 4 assists. Kate had 4 assists. But Audrey had 9 assists. There you have it, folks. Catch you next weekend down in the Clash, Hamilton, Ohio. We out.